Behind the veil of modern spirituality lies an ancient wisdom tradition, so powerful, so transformative, that its deepest principles have been deliberately concealed from the masses for millennia. The Hermetic teachings, originating in ancient Egypt, preserved through the mystery schools, and encoded in texts like the Kabbalion, contain secrets of reality manipulation that most spiritual teachers either don't understand or intentionally withhold. Today I will reveal these forgotten principles, the missing keys to manifestation, the hidden levers of consciousness that can transform your reality with a precision and power that modern spiritual teachings barely begin to approach. What I'm about to share goes far beyond the simplified law of attraction teachings that dominate spiritual circles today. These are the original source codes of reality creation, the fundamental operating system upon which all manifestation is built. The first forgotten principle is what Hermetic masters called the divine paradox. This principle reveals that two contradictory truths can exist simultaneously and both be perfectly valid. The universe is mental and spiritual, yet also material and physical. You are an individual self, yet also the infinite all. Reality is fixed by immutable laws, yet infinitely malleable to consciousness. Modern spiritual teachers force you to choose sides. Either everything is spiritual, or everything is material. Either you are God, or you are separate from God. Either everything is predetermined, or free will is absolute. This false dichotomy creates a fundamental error in how you approach manifestation. The Hermetic masters understood that true power comes not from choosing between these apparent opposites, but from operating at the level where these opposites are unified. This is why their manifestation techniques worked with both mind and matter, both spirit and form, both individual and collective consciousness. When you embrace the divine paradox, you stop trying to escape the material in favor of the spiritual, or vice versa. Instead, you operate from the fulcrum point where these apparent opposites meet, the zero-point field of pure potential where manifestation becomes effortless. The second forgotten principle is what the ancient texts call mental transmutation. While modern teachers focus on attracting things from outside yourself, the Hermetic masters knew that all manifestation is actually transmutation, the changing of one mental state into another. Nothing is created or destroyed in the absolute sense, only transformed from one expression into another. This means that the wealth you seek, the relationship you desire, the health you want to manifest, already exists within your mental universe, in unmanifested potential form. Your task is not to attract it from elsewhere, but to transmute it from potential to actual through the alchemical power of directed consciousness. This is why the Hermetic masters focused not on techniques of attraction, but on methods of mental alchemy, the science of transforming the lead of ordinary consciousness into the gold of manifested reality. The third forgotten principle is what the ancient texts call the all-in-all. This principle reveals that consciousness is not contained within you, you are contained within consciousness. The universe is not external to your mind is external to the universe. This complete reversal of perspective transforms manifestation from an outward projection of desire to an inward recognition of what already is. Modern spiritual teachers have reduced this to simplistic affirmations like you create your reality, without explaining the profound mechanism by which this creation occurs. The Hermetic understanding is that you don't create reality through your thoughts. Your thoughts are the means by which the all-universal mind creates reality through you. When you align your individual mind with the universal mind, you're not projecting your desires outward. You're allowing the infinite intelligence to express its abundance through you. This subtle but crucial distinction explains why some people manifest effortlessly, while others struggle despite using the same techniques. The fourth forgotten principle is what the Hermetic texts call the principle of rhythm. Everything in the universe flows according to precise rhythmic patterns, cycles within cycles within cycles, from the quantum oscillations of particles to the grand procession of galaxies. Your manifestations are subject to these same rhythmic laws. Modern teachers speak of manifestation as though it should occur instantly, creating frustration and doubt when results don't appear immediately. The Hermetic masters understood that each manifestation has its own natural rhythm, its own perfect timing, aligned with cosmic cycles. They developed precise techniques for calculating these manifestation rhythms, allowing them to know exactly when a particular desire would materialize. This is why they could manifest with such certainty, not because they forced reality to conform to their preferred timeline, but because they aligned their workings with the natural rhythms of creation. The fifth forgotten principle is what the ancient texts call mental gender. Every manifestation requires the balanced interaction of masculine and feminine energies, regardless of your physical gender. The masculine principle is directive, focused, penetrating, and initiating. The feminine principle is receptive, nurturing, gestating, and birthing. Modern manifestation teachings overwhelmingly emphasize the masculine principle of direction, setting intentions, visualizing outcomes, affirming desires, taking action, while neglecting the equally essential feminine principle of reception, surrendering, allowing, receiving, being. This imbalance creates manifestations that either never fully materialize or quickly dissolve after appearing. The Hermetic masters understood that complete manifestation requires both the seed of directed intention and the fertile soil of receptive allowing. They developed sophisticated practices for balancing these energies, ensuring that manifestations were both powerful and enduring. The sixth forgotten principle is what the Hermetic texts call the principle of cause and effect. While this might seem obvious, its deeper implications have been almost entirely lost in modern spiritual teachings. The Hermetic understanding is that there are no accidents in the universe, no random events, no coincidences. Every effect has its cause, every cause has its effect, everything happens according to law. But here's the crucial part that modern teachers miss: causes operate across multiple dimensions, not just the physical plane. Your thoughts are causes, your emotions are causes, your beliefs are causes, your attention is a cause, your intention is a cause, all operating simultaneously across multiple planes of existence, creating a complex causal matrix that determines your manifested reality. The Hermetic masters developed precise techniques for tracing effects back to their causal origins across all dimensions of being, allowing them to change unwanted effects by addressing their true causes, rather than their surface symptoms. This multidimensional causality explains why some people can change their thoughts but not their reality. They're addressing the wrong causal level of their manifestation challenges. The seventh forgotten principle is what the ancient texts call the principle of correspondence. This principle, encapsulated in the phrase "as above, so below, as below, so above," reveals that the same patterns repeat across all scales of existence. The structure of an atom mirrors the structure of a solar system. The development of a fetus parallels the evolution of species. The cycle of a day reflects the cycle of a lifetime. This principle allows for a profound manifestation technique almost entirely unknown in modern teachings: sympathetic resonance. By creating a small-scale pattern that corresponds to your desired manifestation, you automatically generate the same pattern at larger scales through resonance. This is the true esoteric meaning behind practices like visualization. They're not merely psychological techniques, but applications of the correspondence principle, creating microcosmic patterns that the macrocosm must mirror. The Hermetic masters developed elaborate systems of correspondence, allowing them to know exactly which symbols, colors, sounds, movements, and materials would create resonant patterns with specific desired manifestations. This is why their manifestation rituals were so precisely designed, each element creating a specific resonance with the reality they wished to manifest. Now that I've revealed these 7 principles, let me share how to apply them in practical techniques that will transform your manifestation practice. To apply the divine paradox, begin with this meditation practice. Sit in silence and contemplate: I am an individual self with specific desires. Feel this truth completely, then contemplate: I am the infinite all, containing all possibilities. Feel this truth completely. Instead of choosing between these perspectives, allow them to exist simultaneously in your awareness, feeling the point of tension where they meet. This tension point is the fulcrum of manifestation power, where individual desire and universal intelligence merge into creative force. Maintain awareness at this fulcrum point as you formulate your manifestation intentions, neither forcing reality from individual will, nor passively waiting for divine intervention, but operating from their unified field. To apply mental transmutation, practice this alchemical visualization. See your desired manifestation not as something distant to be attracted, but as an unmanifested potential already existing within your mental universe. Visualize this potential as a particular energy pattern, perhaps as a specific color or geometric form. Then see this pattern gradually transforming, changing its vibration and density until it transmutes into physical form. This is not attraction, but transformation, not creating something new, but changing the expression of what already exists. To apply the all-in-all principle, practice this consciousness expansion technique. Instead of seeing yourself as a small being, looking out at a vast universe, reverse your perspective. See your consciousness as the vast container within which the entire universe exists. From this expanded perspective, your manifestations are not external acquisitions, but internal recognitions, not things to get but expressions to allow. When you desire something, don't reach for it outside yourself. Expand your awareness to include the version of you that already has it, the reality where it already exists. To apply the principle of rhythm, use this cyclical manifestation technique. For each desire you wish to manifest, identify its natural rhythm and cycle. Some manifestations align with daily cycles, others with lunar phases, others with seasonal patterns, others with longer cosmic rhythms. Attune your manifestation practices to these natural cycles. For financial abundance, work with the waxing moon. For relationship harmony, align with Venus cycles. For health regeneration, harmonize with sunrise energy. This alignment with natural rhythms creates manifestation momentum that builds organically over time. To apply the principle of mental gender, practice this balanced manifestation method. Begin in the masculine principle, clearly directing your intention, precisely defining your desired outcome, mentally projecting the causal seed. Then consciously shift to the feminine principle, opening to receive what you've projected, surrendering attachment to form and timing, creating the fertile void for manifestation. Alternate between these polarities in rhythmic cycles, directing then receiving, projecting then allowing, speaking then listening, doing then being. This balanced approach ensures complete manifestation cycles that both initiate and complete properly. To apply the principle of cause and effect, use this multidimensional causality technique. For any condition you wish to change, trace its causes across all dimensions: physical causes in your environment and actions, energetic causes in your vital force and health, emotional causes in your feeling patterns, mental causes in your thought habits, spiritual causes in your beliefs and purpose. Address the causal factors at each dimensional level, creating a comprehensive shift that transforms effects across your entire reality. To apply the principle of correspondence, use this sympathetic resonance technique. Create small-scale models of your desired manifestations, using symbolic representations that correspond to their essential qualities. For abundance, arrange symbols of prosperity in your immediate environment. For health, create movement patterns that mirror optimal biological functions. For relationships, establish harmonic interactions in your daily communications. These microcosmic patterns automatically generate corresponding macrocosmic realities through the law of sympathetic resonance. These 7 Hermetic principles and their practical applications form a complete system of manifestation, far more sophisticated and effective than the simplified teachings popular in modern spiritual circles. But there's a reason these principles have been hidden, obscured, or simplified throughout the ages. Their power comes with responsibility. The Hermetic masters understood that consciousness is the fundamental creative force of the universe. When wielded with wisdom and compassion, these principles create realities of beauty, harmony, and abundance. When used from ego and separation, they create distortions that eventually collapse back upon their creator. This is why the mystery schools carefully guarded these teachings, revealing them only to those who had proven their wisdom and character through years of preparation. Today, as these principles re-emerge from centuries of concealment, the question is not whether you can use them, but how you will use them. Will you apply them solely for personal gain or for the elevation of all consciousness? Will you wield them from ego or from love? Will you create from separation or from oneness? The choice is yours, the power is yours, the responsibility is yours. The forgotten Hermetic principles are no longer hidden from you. Use them wisely, use them compassionately, use them in service to the highest good of all beings, for in the end, the most profound Hermetic truth is that we are all expressions of the same universal mind, the same divine intelligence, the same infinite consciousness. What you create for yourself, you create for all. What you create for all, you create for yourself. As above, so below. As within, so without. As the universe, so the soul.